I'm going to come to my scopes here, and while we could work with the waveform to evaluate the brightness, this is a time for me to introduce a scope that you've not seen before if you've got any experience with color correction. It's called Ed Lachman Zones, or EL Zones. What makes this nice is it's a sort of specialized false color. Everything at 0 is about 50% exposure, everything warmer is brighter, everything cooler is darker. And here we have the exposure tool. I'm going to go ahead and click and say, just draw around the key parts of his face. And you'll see suddenly that area is gray and it's correctly exposing the shot. This is probably the fastest way for you to go and make exposure adjustments. If you feel that the shot is too bright or too dark, we could still play with our wheels, but the fastest way to do a quick exposure offset is here, where we could say something should be darker. We just stepped it down a half a stop, or brighter. I'll take it up a full stop. I liked where it was at half a stop down. I wish more tools had this sort of exposure and EL zones. Now I'm coming back to the waveform. The waveform measures luminance or brightness on the left side, which is darker, the right side, which is brighter. And this happens to be an overlay scope, an overlay waveform, where as we're looking at this, we're seeing the red, green, and blue channel overlaid. And anything where all three channels are the same, where we see white, that's a neutral spot. So there's something neutral and dark on the left-hand side. It would probably be his hat. While I'm traditionally somebody who works a lot with the waveform, the EL zones quickly help me see how my exposure is carrying across the image.